What if the secret to being a better leader isn't having all the answers, but asking the right questions? What if you could have more impact by saying less? The Coaching Habit Summary: 7 questions to transform your leadership. Introduction. In a world that constantly tells us to be faster, to be more productive, and to have an instant solution for everything, it's easy to fall into the trap of becoming an advice-giving machine. But what if that's the very thing holding you and your team back? The Coaching Habit by Bungay Stanier offers a refreshingly simple yet profound alternative. This Wall Street Journal bestseller isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about changing the way you interact with people. Through 7 essential questions, this coaching habit summary reveals how you can transform your leadership style from being directive to being consultative, empowering your team to find their own solutions and take ownership of their work. About Bungay Stanier. Bungay Stanier is a leading figure in the world of coaching and leadership development. As the founder of Box of Crayons, a company that helps organizations shift from being advice-driven to curiosity-led, he has trained thousands of managers and leaders. His book, The Coaching Habit, has sold over 1 million copies and is a Wall Street Journal bestseller. With his extensive experience and practical approach, Stanier has been recognized as the #1 thought leader in coaching. Story Shot 1. How can you start a conversation that matters? Most of our conversations at work are transactional and superficial. We jump straight into the agenda, focus on the problem at hand, and move on. But this efficiency comes at a cost. We miss out on the opportunity to connect with our colleagues on a deeper level, to understand what's really going on for them, and to build the kind of trust that's essential for high-performing teams. The usual "how are you" is often met with a reflexive "fine," and the conversation goes nowhere. To break this pattern, you need a better opening. The Kickstart Question, "What's on your mind?" is a simple yet powerful way to start a conversation that matters. It's an invitation for the other person to share what's most important to them right now. It's open-ended, non-judgmental, and gives them the freedom to talk about anything, from a pressing work issue to a personal challenge that's affecting their focus. Imagine starting your next one-on-one meeting with this question. Instead of launching into your own agenda, you create a space for your team member to set the agenda. This simple shift in approach shows that you value their perspective and are there to support them, not just to manage them. It's a small change that can have a huge impact on the quality of your conversations and the strength of your relationships. When you make the Kickstart Question a regular part of your interactions, you'll be amazed at what you learn. You'll uncover hidden challenges, identify new opportunities, and build a culture of psychological safety where people feel comfortable sharing what's really on their minds. It's the first step to moving from being a manager who directs to a coach who empowers. Try this. Start your next one-on-one meeting with the question, "What's on your mind?" and see where the conversation goes. Story Shot 2. How can you get to the heart of the matter? When someone shares a problem with you, it's tempting to jump in with advice. But the first challenge they mention is rarely the real challenge. It's just the first thing that comes to mind. If you offer a solution at this point, you're likely solving the wrong problem. To be an effective coach, you need to dig deeper and uncover the root cause of the issue. This is where the AWE question comes in. And what else is the most powerful coaching question you can ask? It's a simple yet profound way to encourage the other person to keep talking, to go beyond the surface-level issue, and to explore the situation from different angles. It's a question that shows you're listening, you're curious, and you're not going to be satisfied with the easy answer. It's a question that creates space for insight and self-discovery. Let's say a team member tells you they're struggling to finish a project on time because they're getting too many emails. Your first instinct might be to suggest they turn off their email notifications. But if you ask, "And what else?" they might reveal that they're also feeling overwhelmed by the number of meetings they have, or that they're not clear on the project's priorities. Now you have a much better understanding of the real challenge and can help them find a more effective solution. The AWE question is so effective because it's a universal tool that can be used in any conversation. You can use it to explore a problem, to brainstorm ideas, to get feedback, and to encourage reflection. It's a question that will help you have more meaningful, more impactful, and more empowering conversations with everyone you work with. Try this. The next time someone shares a challenge with you, resist the urge to give advice and instead ask, "And what else?" at least 3 times. Story Shot 3. How can you stop wasting time on the wrong problems? We've all been in meetings that go around in circles, where the conversation drifts from one topic to another without ever getting to the heart of the matter. These meetings are a waste of time and energy, and they leave everyone feeling frustrated and unproductive. The reason this happens is that we often focus on the symptoms of a problem rather than the root cause. We get caught up in the drama and the details, and we lose sight of what's really important. To cut through the noise and get to the heart of the matter, you need the focus question. What's the real challenge here for you? This question is a powerful way to bring clarity and focus to any conversation. It forces the other person to stop and think about what's really at stake, to identify the core issue, and to take ownership of the problem. It's a question that separates the signal from the noise and helps you focus on what matters most. Imagine you're in a team meeting to discuss a new project, and the conversation is getting bogged down in details about the project plan. You can see that the team is getting frustrated, but you're not sure why. If you ask, "What's the real challenge here for you?" you might discover that the team is worried they don't have the resources to complete the project on time, or that they're not clear on the project's goals. Now you can address the real issue and get the project back on track. The focus question is a powerful tool for any leader who wants to have more effective and efficient conversations. It's a question that will help you save time, reduce frustration, and make sure you're always working on the right problems. It's a question that will help you and your team be more focused, more productive, and more impactful. Try this. The next time a conversation starts to feel unfocused or unproductive, ask, "What's the real challenge here for you?" Story Shot 4. How can you get to the real need? People are not always clear about what they want. They might say they want a promotion, but what they really want is more recognition. They might say they want more money, but what they really want is more security. As a coach, your job is to help people get clear on their real needs, so they can focus their energy on what truly matters. This is where the foundation question comes in. What do you want is a simple yet powerful question that can help you get to the heart of the matter. It's a question that cuts through the confusion and the ambiguity, and it forces the other person to articulate their needs clearly and concisely. It's a question that can help you understand what's really driving them, so you can support them in a more meaningful way. Let's say a team member comes to you and says they're unhappy in their role. You could spend a lot of time talking about their day-to-day tasks, but if you ask, "What do you want?" you might discover that what they really want is more opportunities for growth and development. Now you can have a much more productive conversation about how you can help them achieve their career goals. The foundation question is a powerful tool for any leader who wants to have more impactful and empowering conversations. It's a question that will help you get to the real need, so you can provide the right support at the right time in the right way. It's a question that will help you build stronger relationships with your team and have a greater impact on their success. Try this. The next time someone comes to you with a problem, ask them, "What do you want?" and see what they say. Story Shot 5. How can you be more effective by being more lazy? As a leader, it's easy to feel like you have to have all the answers. When someone comes to you with a problem, your first instinct is to jump in and solve it for them. But this approach is not only exhausting for you, it's also disempowering for them. It creates a dynamic where you're the hero and they're the victim, and it prevents them from learning and growing. To be a more effective leader, you need to be a little more lazy. The lazy question, "How can I help?" is a powerful way to shift the dynamic from you being the problem solver to you being the supporter. It's a question that forces the other person to think about what they really need from you, and it gives them the opportunity to ask for the specific support that will be most helpful. It's a question that can help you save time, be more effective, and empower your team to take ownership of their own problems. Imagine a team member comes to you with a challenge. Instead of immediately offering a solution, you ask, "How can I help?" They might say they just need a sounding board, or they might ask for a specific piece of information, or they might ask you to connect them with someone who can help. Whatever they ask for, you can be sure that it's what they really need, and you can provide the support that will be most impactful. The lazy question is a powerful tool for any leader who wants to be more effective by doing less. It's a question that will help you empower your team, build their confidence, and create a culture of ownership and accountability. It's a question that will help you be a better coach, a better leader, and a more impactful person. Try this. The next time someone comes to you with a problem, ask them, "How can I help?" and see what they ask for. StoryShots 6. How can you ensure that every conversation is a learning experience? We have conversations all day, every day. But how many of those conversations are truly valuable? How many of them lead to new insights, new ideas, or new ways of thinking? For most of us, the answer is not many. We have conversations to get things done, to solve problems, and to move on to the next thing. But what if we could turn every conversation into a learning experience? What if we could make every interaction a little more valuable? The learning question, "What was most useful for you?" is a powerful way to end any conversation. It's a question that forces the other person to reflect on what they've learned, to identify the key takeaways, and to commit to taking action. It's a question that can help you ensure that every conversation is a learning experience for both you and the other person. It's a question that can help you create a culture of continuous learning and development. Let's say you've just had a coaching conversation with a team member. You've explored a challenge, you've brainstormed some ideas, and you've identified a path forward. If you end the conversation there, there's a good chance that nothing will change. But if you ask, "What was most useful for you?" the other person is forced to reflect on the conversation and to articulate what they've learned. This simple act of reflection can be the difference between a conversation that leads to change and a conversation that's quickly forgotten. The learning question is a powerful tool for any leader who wants to create a culture of learning and development. It's a question that will help you make every conversation more valuable, more impactful, and more memorable. It's a question that will help you and your team learn and grow, one conversation at a time. Try this. End your next conversation by asking, "What was most useful for you?" StoryShot 7. How can you say yes more slowly? As a leader, you're constantly being asked for your time, your energy, and your resources. It's easy to say yes to every request, especially when you want to be helpful and supportive. But when you say yes to everything, you're saying no to the things that really matter. You're spreading yourself too thin, and you're not able to give your full attention to your most important priorities. To be a more effective leader, you need to learn to say yes more slowly. The strategic question, "If you're saying yes to this, what are you saying no to?" is a powerful way to bring clarity and focus to any decision. It's a question that forces you and the other person to think about the opportunity costs of every choice, to weigh the trade-offs, and to make sure you're investing your time and energy in the right things. It's a question that can help you be more strategic, more focused, and more impactful. Imagine a team member comes to you with a new idea for a project. It's a great idea, and your first instinct is to say yes. But if you ask, "If we say yes to this, What are we saying no to? You might realize that taking on this new project will mean delaying another important project, or that you don't have the resources to do both projects well. Now you can have a more strategic conversation about your priorities and make a more informed decision. The strategic question is a powerful tool for any leader who wants to be more focused and more impactful. It's a question that will help you make better decisions, manage your time more effectively, and ensure that you're always working on the things that matter most. It's a question that will help you and your team be more strategic, more successful, and more satisfied. Try this. The next time you're asked to take on a new commitment, ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Mental models. The second-order thinking model. The coaching habit is a form of second-order thinking. Instead of just solving the immediate problem, first-order thinking, you're helping the other person develop the skills and the confidence to solve their own problems in the future, second-order thinking. This is a much more leveraged and sustainable approach to leadership. The inversion model. The coaching habit is also a form of inversion. Instead of asking, how can I solve this problem? You're asking, how can I help this person solve their own problem? This simple shift in perspective can lead to a completely different set of actions and a much more empowering outcome. Implementation Guide. Today, pick one of the 7 essential questions and use it in a conversation. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just give it a try. This week, have a 15-minute coaching conversation with one of your team members. Start with what's on your mind and see where the conversation goes. Use the AWE question to dig deeper and the learning question to end the conversation. Ongoing practice. Make the 7 essential questions a regular part of your interactions. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become. You'll be amazed at the impact they have on your relationships and your effectiveness as a leader. Final summary and review. The coaching habit is a game changer for anyone who wants to be a better leader. It's a simple, practical, and powerful guide to having more impactful and empowering conversations. The 7 essential questions are easy to learn and can be applied in any situation. By making these questions a regular part of your interactions, you can transform your leadership style from being directive to being consultative, and you can empower your team to take ownership of their work and their development. While the book is incredibly valuable, some might find the focus on just 7 questions to be a bit simplistic. However, the beauty of the book is in its simplicity. It's not about learning a complex coaching methodology. It's about developing a few key habits that can have a huge impact. If you're looking for a practical, actionable guide to becoming a more effective leader, the coaching habit is a must-read. Related book summaries on StoryShots. Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler. Want to get better at handling high-stakes conversations? Discover how to prepare for and handle difficult conversations with grace and skill. Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. Ready to become a more courageous leader? Learn how to lead from a place of vulnerability and build a culture of trust and belonging. Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Want to inspire and motivate your team? Discover the power of starting with your why and how it can transform your leadership. Top quotes. The single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. In a world of distraction, the ability to focus is a superpower. Stay curious, my friends.